Welcome back to Rhineley Junction. It's been a while, hasn't it? Have I got any excuses? No, I don't think I have. Just been struggling for a bit of motivation. I come up here and run my locos now and again, quite regularly in fact, but I've been struggling to get motivated to do any of the scenery, which is the next big thing, I suppose. But with that in mind, I cleared away this yard here, which will be for the locomotives, and I have been weathering the track prior to ballasting, which will be the next step. So yeah, I've gone over this with sleeper grime. Starts there, that's where the ballast finishes, and then we started to weather all around here, and at the back there where that back scene and wall is, it's all being weathered with sleeper grime. I then used, can we see this? This track painter. I actually didn't use the felt because that's worn out, so I unscrewed the top, took the felt out. Where's that? That's no good to me. And used a paintbrush to go, let's see if we can zoom in, to go along the edges, and you can possibly see where the edges have been done with this track painter. Now when you first do it with the track painter, it is a very bright orange, as you can see, it's more or less that colour. So what I then did was go over it with a combination of these two weathering powders I got from Polac Scenics. A mixture of those, combination, and went all around the edges of the track to dull it down with a brush. Any old brush will do, but I find this one's quite a good example. It's quite soft. It's a flat blade. Where's it gone? Hello. But it's feathered out a bit, so I find that quite useful for doing the track edges. It's not uniform, because when was track ever uniform in its colouring? I suppose generally it is of a type, but there is modulation in the colour blend, where some is taken better than others. I don't mind that. I think it will look fine once the ballast is in place. That's the next step, to get the ballast in place. Also, where you can see this logo here, the Fowler 4F, that track there, I think I'm going to get a scale scenes kit of a diesel depot and make a single lane diesel depot to go there. This up here, that line that ends, usually contains the old loco shed, which I'm going to weather and then place back on. And that track generally will be for steam locos, not actually in operation. Before they were all over the place, but I thought I'd just have up there the steam locos not in operation. This half oval, can be for either trains that are just moving in and out, or I'll put some rolling stock in there. It's quite obvious that all the rolling stock will either always have to be in use or stored somewhere else. And then along here we'll just have the diesels, which I have plenty of. This run will be from my 2-car Class 101. That little one there is perfect for a Class 08, and the others will be in the Class 40, 45, 25, 24, 37, stored in here somewhere along here. They'll be doubled up, I'd imagine, as well. And that's where we've got with the track scenery. A couple of other little projects that I did. This was is my TTS Sound Class 4F Fowler, and I've weathered that, and I'm quite pleased with how it came out. It's, yeah, it looks weathered, it looks worn. I referenced plenty of pictures on the web, and they generally were this dirty by this time. So I'm modelling late 50s, early 60s, and they generally were that dirty. This is an addition to the fleet. It's a Fowler 4P 264, and again that came. It wasn't the. It was quite a bit. It was a bit tired, and so I thought, well, it runs perfectly well. I'll put in some weathering on that, and so yeah, I've weathered that as well. It's not DCC sound fitted as yet. That's another project to come along, but it is DCC fitted and it runs fine. The only thing that I had to do, it came without any steps fitted there, so you can probably see it's not the best join, but what I did, I had an old Airfix 4P that I bought very early on when I started this, and it was the wrong livery, and the plastic was basically degrading to hold the screw in for the body after I tried to fit DCC to it, and it failed completely. So I took off, if I can show you, oh, get in focus, oh, we're going the wrong way. I actually sawed off the steps that hang down there with a little rotary tool. I sanded them down so they were flat and glued them onto there. So far so good. Well, it's not perfect, but you know, it looks better than it did without the steps. So yeah, that's where we're up to. I can promise you that the next time you see me, this will be ballasted, and hopefully we'll have the little shed here, the diesel shed. This will be ballasted, that will all be ballasted, and we will then look at the next stage of the project. Up there in that corner I'm actually creating a little diorama. It's downstairs, and it's going to be a half low profile, half terrace houses backing onto that back scene, and then a little allotment and a wall. So you've got the terrace houses, you've then got a little cobblestone area, and that will be walled off, and then you'll have some rough ground to the front here, which will have a little allotment and a little cameo scene of people working on the allotment. That's in progress as well, but that's a downstairs project, and we never go downstairs with the video. Don't know why, we should never do. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and as I say, next time you come back, or I come back, I will promise you that this will be done. No time scales, because I'm doing it as and when I feel like it. I'm not going to. I may as well enjoy it as opposed to feel, oh God, oh, I've got to do that. So yeah, until then, have fun with your railways, and I will see you soon. Bye.